Good evening, everyone. Today's review is for the 13th Stephen King book I've read, which is four novellas in one entitled Four Past Midnight. The four novellas include The Langoliers, Secret Window, Secret Garden, The Library Policeman, and The Sundog, all of which I liked for different reasons. For the plot synopsis on the back, four times fear equals total terror. Stephen King's best. You can't do better. Don't know that I agree with that, but it is what it is. You are strapped in an airline seat on a flight beyond hell. You are forced into a hunt for the most horrifying secret small town ever heard. A small town ever heard. You are trapped in demonic depths of a writer's worst nightmare. You are focusing in on a beast bent on shredding your sanity. You are in the hands of Stephen King at his mind blowing best, with an extraordinary quartet of full length novellas guaranteed to set your heart stopwatch at 4 past midnight. Now, it says it's his best, and I think they are a bit over exaggerating there, but overall I did find it to be quite good. Now, as usual, with horror factor for the first rating category, I would give this 7 out of 10. The stories had scares and thrills. They were fun, disturbing, and chilling, and at times very mind blowing. The story quality, I would give 9 out of 10. The stories were all quite well crafted and executed effectively, making it quite good overall. For suspense intensity, I gave it 6 out of 10 because the tension was lower than some stories of his. However, it seems to build with each story, meaning that the Langoliers and Secret Window, Secret Garden I didn't find were that intense, although I would say Secret Window, Secret Garden was more intense than the Langoliers, and then of course the Library Policeman became a lot more intense, followed by the Sundog, which had a great deal of tension to it, making the story quite thrilling. For memorable characters, I love the characters quite a lot in these stories, especially the Sundog, because it returns to Castle Rock, a popular setting that King often uses in his work, where we see reoccurring characters and even relatives of important characters from other stories. So, overall, giving it the rating it deserves, it adds up to 30 out of 40, with horror factor 7 out of 10, story quality 9 out of 10, suspense intensity 6 out of 10, and 8 out of 10 for memorable characters. This totals up 30 out of 40. Overall, quite an enjoyable book. Maybe not his best, but worth reading. That's why I say I don't fully agree with the review on the back, but I would say it actually has some really good stuff to it, especially if you're a popular Stephen King fan. My final thoughts would be that of the four stories, The Library Policeman is my favorite, but be warned, it's dark, weird, and disturbing as fuck, to put it bluntly. Followed by Sundog, which is wild with a great twist, and of course the reoccurring characters and the setting of Castle Rock. The Langoliers is more science fiction than horror, but it's quite good, and it has some really great ideas and characters, which I thought the miniseries, despite not being very popular, was actually a very good attempt of capturing the story in its entirety. In fact, it's very true to the story, which makes it quite good. And Secret Window, Secret Garden I like as a story actually better than the movie with Johnny Depp because the ending is a little different, but it's better and it comes with a much more spooky, creepy, and surprising twist. So there you have my review of Four Past Midnight. So if you've not read it and you wonder, where would my thoughts stand with it? Should I read it? I'd recommend that if you are a Stephen King book, definitely give it a go. Now, would I say this is his best work? No, I don't fully agree with that. In fact, the other four novellas, different seasons, I found to be much grander and higher up the scale of his quality of work. However, with that said, I do still think, though, there are some really good points to this book. Particularly, like I said, The Library Policeman actually was probably one of the darkest, most disturbing stories I've ever read of his, and it's one that even still kind of sticks with me because it's one that, after reading it, I was like, what the fuck did I just read? I'll never be able to read another story quite like that, for sure. And even still, with all the ones I read after it, that one still sticks with me because that definitely was one of his most dark and disturbing novellas. I apologize for the dog barking. It seems like even trying to make this review today, there has been so much noise. There's been people yelling in the background. Very stressful. I apologize. And I also apologize for it being dark. This seemed like the best time to get the review done. And of course, with everything going on, I'm literally left with 6 cents in my account. I can't even release any more albums at the moment because I have to pay to master them, and that costs more money than I've got. Now, of course, if you would like to support the channel, stream the music. It will help give me some royalties from the songs, and that might actually help me get closer to releasing another album soon. But otherwise, I'm just kind of playing it by ear and I don't know what else to do. As for the next review, that will be about Just After Sunset, which was the 14th book I read in his collection, or the collection I have of his work so far. And that was one I very much enjoyed. As you've seen probably with the 30 I did rank, that was about number 7, because that was actually probably my favorite short story collection. So definitely stay tuned for that. Hopefully, in a couple weeks, I'll have that, and hopefully, I'll also be able to record it at a time when it'll be not only brighter so you can see me better, but hopefully quieter so you won't hear all the background noise. Hence why it took so long to even do this review. Anyways, till next time, your host, Super Kami Guru Alucard. Peace out and take care.